Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, let's talk about Fantastic Four number 3. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna tell? What are you gonna say? This is Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Have you heard of those guys? I mean, the Fantastic Car. Oh yeah, how do you like that? This is where this here is like awesome. That is just an iconic page or cover. The Fantastic Car, the Fantastic Four in their costumes. It's just great, right? So okay, in this one, it is the menace of the Miracle Man. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? So the Miracle Man, who's a total asshole. He's a total asshole. He calls out the FF. He's doing a show and he calls them out. I don't know. This guy's, he's talking a big game here in this issue. He's talking a big game, and this bastard backs it up, man. He cuts like a log in half with his fingers. Thing has to like use all his strength to beat it up, and he's just showing up the Fantastic Four. Thing punches him right in the mouth. Nothing. It's like shrugged it off. You're like, whoa, what's going on? And Reed is like, I don't know. This guy might be too good for us. We'll get back to him in a second. I always love these pages. I'm gonna see if I can show this to you better. They used to do this a lot in these classic Marvel comics, which was like they'd show you the layout and stuff. They did it for Ant-Man. Who else? Anybody that had like vehicles or any kind of fortress, or maybe like to show you how things work. Stiltman, I remember I love Stiltman from Daredevil. They showed you how his stilts worked and everything, so that was kind of cool. I always like stuff like that. It's kind of neat. It's just like an aside, and they actually say save this for future reference, which is great. So yeah, the Miracle Man is just a criminal. He's going out to steal jewels and stuff, and he makes this huge monster move. This is just basically like it's not really a real monster. It's just like a statue thing, and it's a display thing. And he makes it move, and they're like, oh my God. And in the meantime, the Invisible Woman, I keep saying Invisible Woman, it's Invisible Girl in this thing, Sue, she makes the costumes for the Fantastic Four. Now, they don't really get into what happens to Human Torch's clothes when he flames on. It's like, shouldn't they be burned to crisp or whatever? The old Human Torch, like Jim Hammond, the android, he was an android, so you would just assume that his entire makeup, could withstand the flame. I don't know if they ever explained it for Jim Hammond either. I have read the first collected edition or a couple collected editions of Human Torch comics, those original ones. They're really fun, really, really, really a lot of fun to read. And if you read them, looking for some big, epic storylines, well, that's not how that comics were done back then. If you read it to have fun and feel a little bit of what the children of that time would have been feeling, if you want to kind of have a connection, then that's how you should read it. That's how I'm taking these Fantastic Four issues as well. So Sue makes costumes. Now she makes she makes Ben like a proper costume with a helmet. I'm gonna see if I can show you, like, he's got a helmet and all that. Now he rips that off. So he rips it off right in the next panel, like Hulk Hogan. And in the meantime, the Fantastic Four can't stop Miracle Man. He keeps besting them in every kind of whatever they try to do. Invisible Woman, Invisible Girl, or Sue. Sue takes a really cool approach here. See, Sue actually does stuff in these comics, and I know today we're talking a lot about we need to have female empowerment and all that. Well, like this has been going on for a long time, right? Like it seems like people are talking about this today. Like in comics, we need this today. Well, we had it before, and it was in the dawn. Like Sue was one of the first here to really start. Obviously, there's what's her name, Phantoma. She's great with the skull face. She's like the first female superhero, I think. She might be. If she isn't, let me know if there's someone before her. But yeah, like, Sue is awesome, and nobody talks about these old comics and how like they really, even Ms. Marvel, right? Like Ms. Marvel, she should be somewhere around here in the back. Like, you know, so I mean, we had this like going, and Sue is a great character, and we, you know, and like we need to, you know, get more of her in there. And talk about some of these classic Kirby Stan issues. But anyways, so she's awesome. She goes off on her own, turns invisible, and like and infiltrates Miracle Man's like hideout, which is cool. I always like this with Reed here, thinking. If you have a pipe and you're thinking, you're automatically smarter than anybody else. Like if there was two people and they were equally intelligent, and one was standing and thinking like this, and one had a pipe and he was thinking, the guy with the pipe would automatically be smarter. That's just how it goes. Just trust me on that. All right. So they give you this is just issue 3, and they already give you an origin again. It's just a page, basically a page and a half, just to recap the origin. Thing's costume is back, so I'm not sure if Sue made him another one, because it's back there and then it's torn off again. Sue gets screwed over by some dogs that sniff her out, so that sucks. Oh yeah, see, now the costume's gone again. And they fight the Miracle Man. They defeat him very easily. Reed turns into like a bouncing ball or whatever, and outmaneuvers them. What I liked in this story was that Miracle Man just pulls out a machine gun and he's just gonna shoot them. And you're like, you know what? Because everyone always says, you know, there's that old joke like, oh, why are you trying to put Spider-Man or Batman into a trap? Just take a gun and shoot them, you know? Just take a machine gun and shoot them. Well, he tries and he can't because Reed is bouncing around, and then Ben comes in and takes all the damage and it doesn't do anything, and they just beat him that way. So how awesome is that? And then there's a cool thing here too where Reed turns into a tire. That's cool. So they're chasing after Miracle Man again here, and Human Torch blinds him, and then Reed's like, okay, he's finished. And I'm like, well, what happened? And Ben's like, I'm gonna beat the crap out of him. And he's like, no, Ben, don't, because you might kill him. And turns out that Miracle Man was just using hypnotism, so he needed his eyes, so he would hypnotize you with his eyes into believing the stuff that was happening. So that was it's a little bit of a weird explanation considering some of the stuff that he did, but whatever, you know, we're accepting that at the time, and it's a lot of fun. This issue was great. Obviously, the Fantastic Car was kind of neat. The layout of the building was cool. I like the inventive use of Reed's powers. He turns into a little rubber ball. He turns into like a wheel. Ben is always at odds with everybody, arguing. This is where you start to get Ben and Johnny really kind of like arguing with each other. Johnny, of course, at the end decides that he's had enough of these guys. He's going to quit. This is issue 3, man. And he's quitting the team. Now, obviously, we know he's not quitting the team. And at that time, I don't know what kids would have thought at that time. Were they really thinking, oh my God, is he going to quit? Like, you know how for me, I used to go to school and be like, oh my God, you know, Batman and Superman are going to fight. Who would win? You know, and I wonder if back then they went to school and they're like, oh my God, did you read Fantastic Four? Johnny's quitting the team. Oh my God, what are we going to do? I don't know. I kind of like to think that those conversations happened and people actually thought, wow, you know, what's going on? It's a good, reading these old issues takes you back to a simpler time where they're just trying to do a neat comic. It's fun. They did break a lot of, not rules, but like they really were inventive in the sense that they made them a family. And you know, everyone always says this about Fantastic Four, but it's true and it's important and it's different. It's different than what comics were offering at the time. I don't know what was going on in the minds of the people reading these comics, if they were even picking up on that, or if they just kind of somehow subconsciously picked up on this and really got into it. But yeah, Fantastic Four is great. It is Marvel. If they do another movie, which is inevitable, right? You know, there's a lot of talk about who's going to be in it. If it's going to be Emily Blunt and John Krasinski, if they're going to do something, I don't know. But Fantastic Four deserves more than what they've been getting, for sure. And but we still have these comics to fall back on. So if you like classic stuff, start reading Fantastic Four. It's all online on digital, very easy to acquire, very cheap. You can get collected editions. Get it, read it. That's it. Nothing else to say. Until next time.